I'll give it a second. That way I'm not talking to a void. But hi, welcome to here. I was gonna try to get in VR, but my computer works now in the sense of it's turning on. My VR still doesn't want to work. So I don't know if it's a headset problem or if it's just my motherboard. I don't know. So you get another desktop stream. I think next Poicast I'll have it figured out, so we'll be back to VR. No more staring at my desktop while music's playing and I talk about stuff. That'll be great. But we'll let it be dead air for a minute while we get people in here. Also, joining us on this Poicast, I found a new background. It's a frog. He's just a frog. I'll swap through a couple, but sorry we're not doing it in VR. I don't know if my index is fried or maybe my graphics card isn't happy with it. Maybe both sets of my cables for it are broken. I really don't know. All I know is something's fucked with it, so it should be fixed by next Poicast, judging by, well, I have 3 headsets in this house. I will make one of them work. But yeah. I'd be fine with playing Payday 3 after the Poicast. I was playing it a little bit yesterday. It finally works, and we can talk about that a little bit later too. How's my audio, by the way? I'll give a little bit of setup for what I've been doing. My computer I had completely disassembled on my desk in a couple of chairs, and I've been rebuilding. I rebuilt it 3 times in the past 2 days, trying to get it to work. Tried every configuration, and, well, it eventually worked. But, yeah, so now I've got 64 gigs of RAM again, instead of 32. It's not at the right, not as fast as it should be. It's only at 2600 instead of 3600, but I'll take it. 64 gigs of more or less functioning RAM instead of 32 kind of functioning RAM, I'll take it. But yeah, so it did end up working out and my computer works again. The VR still does not work. I don't know if it's a power draw issue for the headset or really what it could be, but it looks like with the Cosmos I have behind me, it will connect, it just doesn't really work. That's hard to explain, but we'll make it work. You got something to send me? Second, and I'll look. I don't know what this is, but I'll join it. Read the index on a different computer yet? I need to do that. That is the ultimate test that I haven't done. And that's mainly because I haven't asked or thought about it. But I'm gonna end up hooking it up to Faye's computer. See if it works. I'm pretty sure it's a motherboard issue because my components work fine on their own. They have issues when plugged into this motherboard. But when it comes to computer stuff, here's a fun fact. The PCIe 4X slot, my graphics card apparently loves it. It doesn't love the 16 or 8X slot. Who would have thought? Fortunately, it's working in the 16. So, it's working again. I wouldn't have had a good time if it was stuck on the 4. I wouldn't be able to do shit. But everything's working overall, and I did reconfigure everything, wire-wise and so on, reseat everything. So, what I didn't realize, when you have NVMe SSD in this motherboard, it shuts off a couple of your SATA ports. and just so happened to be the SATA ports that I always plugged my extra hard drives into. So, woo-wee, I plugged one of them in to see if it would work, and I found an archive. What's in that archive? A fuckload of Hoppous shit. There's a fuckload of versions of the Avatar worlds, both the main one and variations of it. There's files for a bunch of my custom avatars and a bunch of personal projects, along with a lot of emotes and pictures. Lots of shit. So that was a nice surprise. I might dig around there and see what's up, but it was about 1.5 years old. There were quite a few things in there. But overall, I'm happy. My setup seems to be working. I haven't tested any games, but the 3D Max test put me in the fucking... right behind the fucking... what's it called? Right on average, so I'm gonna say it's fine. But outside of computer stuff and all that, there's definitely a lot to talk about. A whole lot to talk about. First, let me see if something is done. I think it's uploaded. Aha. Excuse me, Princess Jesus. Anyway, the second part to that is uploaded. I just got sent that about 20 minutes ago. So if anybody's interested in the second part for the message for the wedding, here it is. But yeah, I'm not gonna play it on this stream, but I'll post the links later in announcements. But yeah, I thought these were cool, and I was like, 2 videos. Shit, I thought I'd just been forgotten about. I said a lot of very random shit over the span of like 2 minutes. I hope that's not all in here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. God damn it, Ott. I'm dead. But yeah. So both videos are uploaded. I would have edited them into one part, but I didn't know there were 2. So for anyone who's interested, I'll put them in announcements later. I think they're pretty cute. Pretty fun. Let me check here. We did just check the comments. But yeah, Ott and Gura had a wedding yesterday. That was fun. I don't have all of the statistics on hand for it, but that was a pretty good time. Let me find that real quick and also make the music a little better. God, this isn't what I meant. There we go. So we'll go on with the wedding and all that in 1 second. Let's see. Alright, I won't go off. I won't look for it. 72 people at peak for the wedding. Jesus. But yeah, we held a ceremony yesterday for Ott and Gura, which was a lot of fun. At peak, 72 people, which is a lot more than they were planning originally. Chat's saying that it was around 30 was the plan. So God bless to the 72 who somehow managed to get into the world, and who knows how many watching elsewhere. But it was a lot of fun. It was a cool time. I definitely enjoyed it, and because of computer issues, here's some context for the extra jank at the wedding. So my computer was bricked, right? I didn't have my computer for the wedding. I was on my girlfriend's computer using her setup, and all of my preparation gone. And I'm not on medication, I wasn't high. So I'm over here having a fucking anxiety attack basically the whole time. And I can't remember the structure for how to officiant, and I'm just like, fuck it, this is how it is. Every Hoppu wedding is fucking weird and janky, and that is just tradition. But this one was pretty fucking janky. It was a really good time overall, and I was glad that I could make it, and that they wanted me to do the officiant part. It was a good time, and it was really cool. I still kind of wish halfway through I just said fuck it and restarted, because I finally got my footing and I was like, shit, I know what I want to say. I know how to say it. But it was a really good time, and it was pretty fun. It was what everyone had to say was really nice or really fucking weird. God bless. But it was a great time. Cypher's VOD has 101 views. Jesus. That's fucked. God damn. A lot of people. If you're listening, congratulations again, and congratulations on the astronomical number of what the fucks. It's a lot of people. But it was great. I can show some pictures now that I think about it, since this is desktop. This music is very much not what I was expecting. I'm gonna be real with you. Hold on. That's better. Also, if we get copywritten for any of the synthwave played on this stream, I will cry. But for anybody who's curious about pictures, most of them are going to be in the gathering/events section in the Discord. Pretty sure the majority of pictures that were taken have already been posted. There's a lot to go through. A whole lot to go through. But yeah, if anybody's interested, you can look through them yourself, but I'll go through them on stream real fast. And maybe turn the music down a smidge. But yeah, there were a lot of fucking Hoppus here. And I'm surprised it wasn't too laggy or crashy. I saw a few crashes happen, but it seemed pretty stable, which was weird to me. It's a nice world. It's a familiar world. Wait a minute, it's a very familiar world. Now that I think about it, it's a very familiar... What the fuck is that? Wait a minute. What was that? What the fuck is that? Is that what Crispy was? It looks like a midget Crispy, but chibified. What is that? It's adorable. It literally looks like a fucking chibi minified Crispy. What the fuck? I don't know who or what that is, but it's fucking adorable. Holy shit. So many Hoppus. Oh, is that... Did I just circle through all of them from that same thing over and over again? I'm dumb. Leave me alone. Let's see. There we go. Thank God avatar scaling's a thing. My avatar felt very small next to that podium. That's cute. God damn it. That's cute too. I tried loading Gura's avatar on my end over and over again, but for me they were a ghost the entire wedding, which was really unfortunate. It made things significantly harder. All I could see was a ghost holding a ring pop. But they look really cool. I like the outfit. But we won't go through all of them, because there are a lot of pictures. She is significantly bigger than I thought in these pictures. I thought they were the same size based on the ghost. The moths really do be marrying into every fucking culture. The Habsburgs would be proud. Like, wait, is it the Habsburg? I don't know. The Austro-Hungarians or the Austrians, they would be fucking proud. Imagine moths marrying into, like, every fucking form of society. It's essentially what's happened. That's a cute picture. Alright. I think that's that for there. Oh, more stuff. Okay, listen. Listen, this, okay, fucking listen. When it comes to a feature like that, it's both a really fucking cool thing, and it really pisses me off too, because certain things are meant to be certain ways. So it's a very useful feature, having the scaling button, but it is a fucking commie button. It's not necessary, and it messes with scaling of roleplay situations or otherwise, so then you have to make sure everybody's... It just pisses me off. It's just one. It's a personal piss off. That's all it is. It's a nothing situation. The scaling just pisses me off from a standpoint of roleplay or otherwise. It's not an actual problem. It's just a me problem. But anyway, scaling's cool. Hi, Nitty. But yeah, the wedding was great. If I can get the VOD, I'll probably post it to the main channel. But yeah, it looks like the main channel is getting some fucking love today. We never post anything on YouTube. And it looks like we're getting 3 today. Counting this, of course. Now, let's see. Having talked about the wedding and all that jazz, we did go past some of the... It looks like a Chibified Minified Crispy. God damn it. I scroll through the channels and I just see I'm quoted. Fuck. It does look like a Chibi and Minified Crispy. You can't tell me that didn't. It genuinely looks like a little mini Chibi Crispy. It really does. Okay. We did skip past some other stuff. I'll just briefly go past stats and all that. So at the very top of Foundation's Discord, there is a section called stats. I know it was hidden for a while. That was my bad, I think. I either hid it for a reason, and then that reason wasn't important enough for me to remember, or I was going to do something and just didn't. Either way, it's public again, and you can see all the stats. Hi, puppy. Hey, buddy. What's up, puppy? You want to say hi? Oh, you just want me to hold you? Does Luna not want to give you any attention? Did you tire her out? Oh, don't give me kisses. No, I don't. Ah! So Goob has invaded my space. The puppy is here. So when it comes to statistics, for the server anyway, technically speaking, we're over 5,000 members. Now, we never use the exact number for a few reasons. We normally only count foundlings towards the actual member count. That's for a few reasons. One, it's pretty easy to remember that way. You don't have people who aren't a foundling or otherwise in the server being counted. Like, we have a lot of people in the graveyard. We do cleanouts, which is why our stats even out pretty well. So if you're not in the server, or you don't try to get access to the server and you're just sitting in there, we don't count you towards the actual member count. So technically we're past 5,000, but we don't look at it that way. There's currently 4,927 foundlings. When foundlings hit 5,000, then we're at 5,000. You get the idea. Now, let's see. Total in the server, there's 5,038. There's 830 with the announcement ping. There's 1,012 with PC ping, with the PC raid ping. There's just shy of 500 quest raiders, that being people with the quest raid ping. Almost 900 people on the event ping, which is fucking wild. And today's total voice hours that's a large number that I need my glasses for. 1,470, so 1,470 total fucking voice hours today. So that's 1,470? I'm gonna have to say that's maybe not right, because that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a little more than a lot. I don't trust that statistic, so we're not trusting that one. Total messages, a little over 5,000. That makes sense. That's just for today. And then 155 new people this month, which is another statistic you should not trust. Just saying, I think it's a little wonky when it's counting removes. But yeah, those are the stats. Dog, please stop eating me. Yeah, this is pretty accurate. I know StatBot isn't being 100% accurate for a few reasons, but yeah, StatBot, those stats are pretty damn accurate, but they're not 100% accurate. So just keep that in mind. We're overdue a clear out. Yeah, that's fair. When it comes to the graveyard, we do try to clear it out pretty frequently. So if you haven't tried to gain access to the server otherwise, eventually you will be removed. 216 hours of voice for a wedding? Jesus, fuck. And that's just in VC. I don't even know how many people weren't in the VC. It was a lot. Let's just triple check real quick. Alright, both videos are up. I just had to triple check. So in terms of the wedding, I think we're pretty good talking about that for now. I think we've covered it pretty well. Congratulations again. It was fun. As for statistics, I think we're good there. I don't really feel like trying to log into VR chat. For a little bit there, one of the reasons I wasn't active on VR chat was because the phone that had my Authy, I've shown a picture or a video of it somewhere before on stream. TLDR, it's sitting next to me in a bowl in pieces. So for like a week or two there, maybe a little longer, I didn't have access to my VR chat account. I had to wait and get it removed. So I finally did get access again about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. But yeah, so that's the thing. That kind of sucked. I was like, fuck, this phone is literally in pieces. How do I fix this? But thankfully, VRC support was really helpful and kind. So thanks again to VR chat support, because you guys are pretty helpful when it comes to that kind of shit. Less helpful when it comes to anything client related, but you guys are pretty awesome when it comes to that shit. That new members channel feature is now officially out of beta, so that should help with... Yeah, Discord's member feature, I don't even know what I would call that update, but I like it. Normally when a platform that we use updates, we get handed an L some kind of just fuck you, but in this case, it was actually pretty useful. So, thanks, Discord. You didn't fuck up for once. Much love. I say that jokingly. Please don't smite me. Let's see. Looking through, the partner program is still paused. But on that note again for Discord partnership, next time we apply, we should get Discord partner. For a few reasons, but when that opens up, we will apply for it again, just so everybody's aware. They do have it paused right now. Now, originally, we weren't going to go for that, but honestly, there's absolutely no reason for us not to go for a partnership with Discord. We've talked about it in the past a few times, but that'll be interesting to see what happens there. We should get it this time, though. Let's see. Oh my. That is a beautiful number. Just gonna pull that up to stream real quick. Weekly visitor 666. Fuck. I'm dead. Let's read through. Hoppous. I'm dead. The closest thing that we will ever get to a Hoppous or like an abyssal themed convention is deadass just gonna be some like Kodakawa or some whoever owns fucking one of the Kantai similar products like Azur Lane or something. Maybe one day they'll have some big ass convention and that'll be like the closest thing we would get to it. But you gotta remember, Hoppous don't do shit for money. We're very not money orientated people. Or at least in terms of when it comes to Hoppous stuff. So conventions, they cost money. We don't deal with money. Money to a Hoppous is like fucking... What's a good comparison? Like a fucking seashell. I feel like a Hoppous would try to trade like a seashell or a fucking silver dollar or some shit as currency. That's very similar to how I imagine Hoppous in currency, both in the real world and in lore. But yeah, who knows? We'll fund it with cool rocks, bottle caps, and someone's left shoe. I'm dead. That is Hoppous crowdfunding right there. That's fun. It'd be fun to do some kind of meetup like that at a convention sometime. I know we've had some Hoppous meetups that have had some decent turnouts. I've had a couple myself. I know I've met, what, maybe 5 or 6 separate occasions. There have been a lot of Poyos. Hoppous is a very big cutie. The model do be cute. Like last week, yeah. Also, if anybody has any topics or questions, feel free to bring them up. Now, on a slightly different topic, we will talk about Unity in a little bit, but that's going to come with its own extra set of topics. So I kind of want to save the Unity debacle until the end. While saying that, we're about to hit the 30-minute marker. Maybe I should give you guys a different background to listen to. Or to look at, rather. I shall do that. Daytime frog, get fucked. You thought it was gonna be something different? No. It's just bright. But as for topics not relating to Unity or more professional slash serious topics, we'll talk about the communities a little bit more. That is a very out of position duck. But yeah, we'll talk about Foundation in a general sense and general activities and so on in 1 second. The puppy is currently consuming my chair. I don't know what I want to leave it on. Here, have a smoking dog. Oh, that's trippy as fuck. Maybe not. So anyway, the title goose game. When it comes to the Foundation, I haven't seen anything too crazy, like normal. I say this basically every podcast. Things look pretty normal, seem pretty usual. And that's the truth. Everything seems pretty normal. Raids are, well, raiding parties are raiding. I haven't heard too many bad or crazy things. Events are still going on as normal. I attended a few of them, couple raids, couple of events. And overall, it looks like things have been pretty usual. Raids are raiding, events are eventing, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm assuming the same for APD, but my focus is very split as is, so I leave that mostly to Lang. So I can't talk too much about it. But overall, Foundation is chilling. We're still doing what we're doing. And APD looks to be the same. More or less what I would have taught, or what I talked about last Poicast for APD. As for other communities or extensions, projects, so on and so forth of the Foundation, let's see. I still want to do, or rather, I still have 2 other Foundation projects that I want to get done, but they hinge on a couple of things relating to another platform. So I've just been kind of on pause with that, especially with the Unity situation. But I guess there's no better time than the present to talk about Unity. So we all know that Unity fucked up pretty big lately. I've been comparing them to fucking EA in terms of how hated they are right now. If you want a masterclass on how to ruin your reputation and fuck over who knows how many tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people, just look at Unity over the past, what, couple of weeks now? Month? It's fucked. But they have backpedaled a little bit. And there have been plenty of new statements and information coming out on exactly what's happening there. How it's going to affect developers, what the rollbacks are, so on and so forth. That's actually fair to bring up first. I don't know what the deal is with Squire tryouts. I don't know when we're going to do those again. That's not my area. I think that's more so a Crispy. But I don't know if we have any plan currently. I love this background, but it's not doing it for me. Have a Pikachu. Oh, it's so cute. Little fucking Pikachu. Fuck this Pikachu. I want a tree. So, Unity's going to be a long topic because it's going to segue into a much longer topic. So, to be fair, I kind of want to leave that until the end. Or else it'll dominate the majority of the free air. So, let's see. Crispy says probably November for the next tryouts. As for, say, something like a 24-hour raid, I don't know when we're going to do that. It's probably not going to be until after the new year is my assumption, because we try to plan those things out, make sure that we have everything covered. But I would say it's probably not going to happen until the beginning of next year. That's my assumption. That is not a fact. But again, the way that our counting system works, when we hit 5,000 foundlings, we're not going to instantly do a 24-hour raid. You know, we'll plan it out and make sure that everything is set up from a logistical standpoint to where we can actually host it comfortably and still provide the experience we want to provide. And make sure, you know, the Guardians don't fucking die. But anyway, I wouldn't expect it for a little while. God. But yeah. On a slightly different note, nothing too crazy new with me. Talked about a bunch of stuff last Poicast, but, you know, there's been some stuff. I'm definitely not trying to avoid the Unity topic at all costs. I talked about this last Poicast, I think, but I met my girlfriend's family. We stayed up there for 3 days. That was fun. Got to meet her mom, dad, sisters, grandmas. It was a good time. It was interesting. And boring as fuck. But it was a good time. And things have been okay overall. It's been pretty fucky, don't get me wrong. The apartment situation's weird as hell. My job situation's weird as hell. And a lot of things are stressful as fuck. But things are good overall. Since the move, I've been pretty happy, even if the stress is a little different, and some things may be a lot harder, and some things a lot easier. But I think we're all doing pretty good. But yeah, I've been doing a bunch of different stuff. I've been trying to spend time with the Hoppous, so I threw myself back on the schedule, so I can host events and lead raids again, which will be fun. That'll be nice to host and lead events and raids again. A 72 people quest raid? No. No. I don't feel like waking up to an email from fucking someone in VR chat and like, what did you do? Or some shit. I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of moment where I just wake up one day and I have an email that's like, what the fuck did you do with 72 people last night, Blaze? Or some shit. No 72 person quest raids. That would be a very weird conversation to have. No. I'm good. I agree with what Agent said. Stop it. Get help. Ah, I forgot the sum. Get some help. What would Crispy say? I think if we hit 5K this year, it's too close to Christmas. We'll be tired in January, so soonest, I think, is February/March for a 24-hour. Yeah, that's fair. I really couldn't say for certain. I see you're in the chat, baby. It took me forever, but yeah. I fixed my computer. VR still does not work, but my computer works, so I'm okay with that. If you want to say hi to Goob, Goob is on my lap, trying to eat my pants. You know, I like the tree background, but it's just not doing it for me. Oh, that's cute. Oh, Jesus. That was loud. That was cute. Until my eardrum said, fuck no. Take this cute little fucking bean. Faye, if you're reading this, remind him to plug his index into another computer. Yeah, when she gets home, I'll plug it into her computer and see. I did not do what your dad suggested, to be entirely fair. I attempted to do what he suggested. It did not. It did not. It did not boot. It did not boot onto the onboard video at all. So I took it apart 3 times, completely apart. And then I tried several different configurations. I took out the CMOS battery a few times. And TLDR, I don't know why it works, but it's fully functional outside of the VR not working. I have all my RAM. It's not running at the speeds it should be, but I'll take it. I'm assuming flashing the BIOS and fucking constant shifting around of parts did something. The warning said it was CPU, which didn't make any sense, but eh. Maybe. I'm not sure. That might be a solution, though. Sorry for anybody who's listening to this with no context. You're coming home already, baby? Oh, are you off at 8? 6? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's Sunday. Well, I love you. Did you pray to the machine spirit Blaze to make your computer come alive? I was at the point with my computer where I knew I could fix whatever was wrong with it because I've had to fix this fucking computer too many times. But I was at the point with it where I'm like, dude, I'm literally taking you apart over and over again with no result. This is literally the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again with no change in result. But apparently insanity fucking works out in the end. Because it fucking worked in the end. Just drove me fucking mad. I joined the Poicast without being aware of how loud I usually have your volume and just blasted your fucking voice in front of customers. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really happy to know that your customers get to experience my podcast. God damn it. I'm dead. Hold on, puppy. You're falling. Well, hell, I can't hide from the Unity question because it involves most of the other topics. So you scared the shit out of me without even being here? I'm dead. Fun fact, I used to be way too quiet in general, like when I was walking around the house or just doing anything. And I would scare the fuck out of my grandma by accident, just by existing. So now I try to walk really loud and make my presence known the best I can. I felt bad. Which CPU do I have? What's the song name? Hold on. The song is Blood Wave by Encounters. What CPU do I have? I have a Ryzen 7 2700X. I don't overclock anything though. Well, you know what? That's a lie. That is a fat lie. I overclock my fans. But that doesn't count. I said several times it doesn't have onboard graphics, but it has a fucking output for it. So I'm over here like, it's not gonna work if I do this, but I'll listen anyway. I know it doesn't have onboard graphics. That's why I was like, his solution won't work for me, because it literally doesn't. But it'd be like that. It looks like it has onboard graphics. It does not. But yeah, here's that. My speed should be 36, but I'm not gonna complain. This is fine with me. My 3080's acting happy-ish. Like, I don't have a good way to show you what I mean on hand. But yeah, that's my computer specs. Just don't pay mind to any of the removable disks because I pop them in and out a lot. I have a lot of drives. But and that's just the mic. Also, this is the mic I'm using. It hits delete. There is no delete. Same. I walk super quietly and quickly like a wolf. So many times I walk across the room and they're like, where the heck did you come from? That was me forever. I just exist and I'd scare the shit out of people by accident. I legitimately scare the shit out of my coworkers constantly because to them I just appear. Because I walk up really quiet and don't say anything unintentionally. I'm dead. Why do you have a 3600, a 3700X that you're not using, just sitting there? Why do you have that? You motherfucker. That is like the most listen, everyone I know who's ever had a 3700X got a fucking 5800X. Everyone I know. You fucking cursed motherfucker. I can't believe it. Is it really that big of a fucking upgrade to the 58? I didn't actually look at the spec comparison. Now I have to look. I'm curious. Is it? Damn. We're pulling it up. Damn, son. I'll take that 21%, even if it's more money. Look at that. It's a pretty good fucking differential. Only 80 bucks? Fuck. I remember when going over 4 gigahertz was wild. Like, dude, going over 4 gigahertz for a bit there was fucking crazy. Getting up to 5, dude, you needed like liquid fucking nitrogen and shit. But apparently now CPUs can just turbo up to 4.4 just chilling, no problem. Like, what the fuck? That's wild. The next thing I need to upgrade is my motherboard. That's my biggest component issue. That and my CPU. Motherboard and CPU are the two next things. But there's that. I think we've had enough of the dancing child. We'll swap topics here in a sec. Please be wholesome. Aw, hell yeah. We all need a little Rebecca in our life. What is wrong with her hand? We're no longer using this background. I'm distracted completely. We're going back to the cat. On the note of Poimotions, I did go through and add a couple extra. I didn't update the list or anything, but some people did get left out. Let's see. So, Unity, the topic that I really don't want to talk about, but is kind of important. Am I misreading something here? Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry. So, Unity is a really weird situation for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because at this point, I'm sure everybody understands Unity tried to fucking pull the rug from everyone, change fucking existing contracts and otherwise, along with fucking TLDR. Unity wants a lot of fucking money from their developers, and not in a good way. And we'll talk about that. Let me get some stuff up here real fast. Now, I was originally going to segment this so I could clip the individual portions, specifically the Unity part, but I don't seem to have that on hand, the format for this podcast. Let's see, where is it? Well, we'll start with our side of things, because to be fair, if you want to know anything about the Unity situation, don't come to this video looking for fucking hard details, because I can't remember everything off the top of my head. But I will talk about what is affecting creators around us or platforms around us. But yes. Let me head over to a different Discord channel. I was talking to, well, here, we'll just put this up for now. This is a good entry into that topic. So, Unity changing, or Unity making a lot of questionable moves, as William puts it, they've done a lot. Now, the pay-per-install pricing is insanity. I think that's the single biggest complaint that any developer or user has had. A pay-per-install pricing or business model does not make any fucking sense. And how that would be calculated also doesn't make any sense. Trying to make a developer pay you money per install is fucking insane. It's insane to the point where no other company would do something like that or think about something like that, because it doesn't make any logical long-term or even short-term sense. All you're doing is encouraging other engines that aren't going to make you pay ridiculous fees for something that isn't an industry standard. If a pay-per-install system was the industry standard, then of course no one would give a shit. But it's one of those things that's so out there and so fucking wild. Everyone's shaking their head. Everyone's like, what are you doing? It really doesn't make any sense. And another thing, which William highlights, is trying to change licenses. The sense of pricing for the licenses. Imagine you sign a contract with a company and they just try to upcharge you 2 or 3 times your current cost, even though your set original amount was your set original amount. Now they're like, hey, you're gonna pay us a lot more money. And yeah, that's about it. I can't think of a better way to put it than, hey, you're gonna give us more money. That might come with additional features, that might come with some more things, but you're gonna pay us a lot more. I think that's pretty fucking dumb. I think if you signed a contract with someone, then that contract, if it's going to be amended, has to be amended by 2 parties, by both parties. And it's not just something that you can willy-nilly chuck out the window and be like, hey, we're doing this, and this is how it's going to be. That's fucked. That's insane. And in an environment for things like game development, which usually goes on for several years, many years, they're generally stuck to that engine, or they're learning or focusing all of their work on that engine. So then they're reliant on that engine. So now all of your fucking workers, or a lot of your workers, they're centered around Unity. Their development is for Unity development. Well, okay. Now you have this whole industry centered around your product, and all of these people who know it, all of these really big, really small, and even individuals using it. And Unity said fuck everything. Fuck the name Unity. Fuck any chance of unity with our community, with our developers. Essentially, a lot of game developers and otherwise are going to be looking at alternate engines, different platforms to develop their games on, and in some cases, side by side with the main product or original product, which is something we're seeing from our friends over at Massive Loop. The reason I wanted to use this as the introduction to the Unity situation is for a few reasons, but they're a really good example of someone or a group close to us that's immediately affected by Unity's behavior. So getting to see a little bit more firsthand how Unity is affecting game developers or companies is rather more than interesting, but it does provide a lot of insight into the situation that we may not have from, say, other videos or sources. While saying that, though, we're going to see a lot of other game engines pop up. Like, we hear about Godot a lot right now. And we've heard of certain games or companies working on their own in-house engines to alleviate dependence on, say, Unity or an outside company that could ultimately flip the script and say, fuck you, pay me a lot more, when that's not how it is in the original contract. Overall, from a business standpoint, from a professionalism standpoint, I don't understand how any company could trust Unity long term. That it doesn't make any sense to me for any large or respectable company that has the resources to dedicate to their own engine or to alternative engines. There's no reason that they're not going to do that now. You can't take back certain actions. And, well, with what Unity's been up to recently, you can't take back any of that. The damage is permanent and the damage is done. We're going to see more in-house engines, and sure, we're still going to see individual developers and smaller companies probably using Unity, along with plenty who are going to continue using Unity. But if you've ever wanted to see a great example of how to shoot yourself in the foot, the past couple of weeks watching Unity is pretty insightful. Now, this menu's been up for a while, so you've had a chance to read through it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, since I have kept it up. But seeing Massive Loop working on their own engine is a pretty interesting prospect. And, of course, there's going to be more from this in the future. But as for how companies like Massive Loop are going to be handling what's going on with Unity, I think this post is a pretty good example of how we're going to see some companies and some developers not only handle the situation, but also their thought process going forward. But who knows, really? All of the stuff with the Unity is still pretty fresh. There could be more backpedaling than there already has been, as some concessions have been made. But I can't really say for certain. Now, does that affect us? How does this whole thing affect the Hoppous? How does it affect avatar creators or whatever? It doesn't. TLDR, it really doesn't. At least not immediately. Long term, you never know. A platform like VRChat will never leave Unity. If VRChat leaves Unity, then they would have to... The infrastructure to allow all of those assets or models or similar creations would be insane. So I think from a VRChat standpoint, you don't have to worry about anything. It won't mess with individual creators or so on. For the platform as a whole, I can't really say for certain what will happen, what penalties will end up coming for it or coming with it. The same thing can be said outside of VRChat, like with the post from William that I had on the screen for a little while there. You see, there are different ways people are tackling the recent dilemma and drama with Unity. But ultimately, games that are still currently ongoing in development aren't swapping engines or otherwise. Where? Steam? Massive Loop, if you're interested in Massive Loop, you can either look it up online or head over to their Discord. It's not on Steam or any of those platforms. It's you get it straight through their website. As for why it's not on Steam, we've discussed it with them a couple of times, uh, so we're not gonna go through that old song and dance, but it makes sense. I can agree with it. But it's still very early development. Very early development. We were gonna try to do an event over there the other day, but that was my bad. I didn't realize that they had canceled the event just they put out the ping maybe 30 minutes an hour before I had written the message and posted. So that was my bad. Um, but we were gonna hop on over there, try to raid their happy hour. They said they wanted a lot of people to show up, or they thought a lot of people were gonna show up. I can't remember, one or the other. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna flood this place with Hoppous, and we're gonna give it a little expedition, if you will. And we'll still head over and attend one of their happy hours with a larger party than just, say, leadership or some of the staff. I've been wanting to do a lot more on that platform for a few reasons. I do have two foundation related communities planned for Massive Loop. Now, with the whole Unity situation, definitely definitely makes transitioning a little more wobbly for additional communities from the foundation or our abyss in general. But yeah, we'll get abyssal order over there eventually. We'll get our other communities or projects settled and sorted when the landscape is, more stable and there's more reason for us to actively be pushing for activities and events. It's something that I've always looked at as a gradual build up and something that is going to take time, which is one of the reasons we haven't been promoting it in terms of cross platform events or excursions, adventures. There's just a lot of different things that need to fall in place before we give it full attention and make an official community for that platform. But it will happen. I have full confidence that Abyssal Order and our other projects for the platform will see the light of day. It's just going to take a little while. And I wanted to originally coincide the release with Steam, but I don't think we're going to see a Steam release for Massive Loop anytime in the near future. So those expectations might have to be changed a little bit, but we'll see. It'll be fun to start uploading content over there again, both avatars, worlds, and, get to spend some more time there. It may be relatively new, and it may not have an active user base like VR chat, but the team is pretty damn great. And to be fair, I like everybody over there. I like the progress and I like where it's going. And getting to show the Hoppous around, the next potential home of one of our communities, is a good time. So we'll definitely spend some more time over there. But we'll just have to see and wait. But yeah, you'll see more of the Hoppous on Massive Loop. It's just a slow burn and a slow build. Same with our content for over there. With my computer being constantly in and out of being dead, it's not the easiest to make worlds or avatars. Deadass, I think I just need a new motherboard. I'm pretty sure that's it. But I don't know. Who knows? But we'll get to spend some more time on Massive Loop soon. And hopefully we'll get to release Abyssal Order sooner than later, but again, a full-fledged community is a lot to undertake. So we're going to wait until some more things are in place. But until then, we'll still hang out and say hi, give our feedback, and help development where we can. As for the other communities, they're just going to have to, stay on the back burner, slowly being built, developed, and they'll see the light of day. It'll just take them a while. As for Unity as a whole, I don't know what's going to happen there. It's still pretty recent, and there's still a lot up in the air. Maybe they'll backpedal more, maybe they won't. I can't say for certain. All I know is Unity fucked up. They fucked around, and they found out. And they're gonna find out again and again over the next couple of months as bigger companies drop Unity for other engines. For having a name like Unity, you would think they would have, or at least give a single fuck about the people who actually make up their community. Unity does not give a single fuck. If there are any questions, topics, feel free to bring them up. I think we're good on the Unity side of things, but in terms of Massive Loop, we always have a good time hanging out with their team, getting to hang out at their events, or just chilling. It's always good over there, and we enjoy it, so I'm gonna be happy to bring some more Poyos in and to get to spend some more time over there because the team really is great, and the platform has a lot of potential. And it would be nice to start promoting it a little bit more in the sense of our activities, since I do want it to be the home of technically our first off-platform community. I don't count fucking East. I do not count Foundation East. That was just a shit show. I'm good for getting that attempt. But yeah, I'll let you guys know when we decide to hit up one of their events. I'll do another ping like last time. And I'll do a little bit of coordinating with them as well. That way I don't have to cancel it and it won't be too spontaneous. But yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, Neos is a subject in itself that would be a podcast worth of discussion. Like the Neos situation is very much a Poicast of its own type situation. There's way too much there's way too much there to talk about here. If we do ever talk about what's going on with Neos, it'll have to have its own dedicated podcast. Yeah. Um the Neos thing is a little out of our depth. That's not for us to really get into. We've explored the platform, and we've tried it out. A bunch of different members, and myself included. It's just not the platform for us, and all the drama and situation behind it that's been going on with it. It was never the platform for us or a future foundation. In the sense of I couldn't see us making a community over there anytime in anywhere near the near future. It's a cool project, and I saw a lot of value in it, and I hope that we see either a split with two different products made or something continuing on with it. I don't know, but it's sad and it's too bad. But we probably won't cover it as that's not really our thing. We'll end it pretty quick here, so if anybody has any topics or questions, feel free to bring it up because I am very hungry. Also, what happened to the music? There we go. Music is back. My bad. I didn't have autoplay on. Well, next Poicast I should have my VR sorted, hopefully. So I would like to get back to doing VR Poicasts. While saying that, I can't really think of anything else I need to immediately discuss. We talked about the weddings, we talked about Massive Loop, we talked about Unity. We've talked about just about everything that can come to mind immediately. I did not mean to pull that up again. Well, I know I said this previously, but sooner or later, I'll have some stuff out on my personal projects, but not like anybody gives a shit about Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. But I will start posting some of my own content sooner or later onto YouTube. And to the Instagram, I have been posting, or started posting again. So if anybody's interested in my personal bullshit, I'm going to be posting real life pictures to the Instagram. Probably not to the Twitter. The Twitter is just shitpost. But yeah, I reopened my YouTube channel, remade the TikTok, remade the Instagram, and I do intend on making content. And I have a couple of videos written out. I just, without my VR working, I can't do what I want to do in terms of production. But if anybody's interested, that's all there. And outside of that, and outside of Hoppous stuff, can't really think of anything else. I will release my own personal Discord sooner or later, but having a professional-ish personal server sounds pretty fucking spooky. Right now, it's just channels that I use from Foundation in the sense of the scheme, but it's not big. But we'll see what happens. People have been asking me to make content of my own for literally years. Whether that's streaming, or random videos, or even real life stuff, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. So I thought I'd indulge in that a little bit. And I don't really post anything online. Like, I don't have a Facebook. I deleted my Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So I guess it'll be cool to post that stuff again and share some of my personal life with the puppies and the girlfriend. But yeah, who knows? It'll probably just be random shit for a little while. I could use help with testing the Discord, to be fair, but I don't think I'm gonna self-promote the Discord on the Poicast. That feels weird. Can we have Hoppous background? Yeah. I have a couple on Wallpaper Engine. Personal ads want to boost my world. Apparently Nitty's precinct is almost at 10k. That's cool. Oh, you want the Instagram to be private? Yeah, I'll just delete the Instagram then. That's okay. But yeah, we'll see what happens with all that there. But yeah, if anybody's interested in Nitty's precinct, apparently it's got 10k already. I can't think of anything else Hoppous related to bring up, or anything else to talk about. It's the last round for topics and questions, then we'll end it proper. As I could keep going on and on about who God knows what. I'm not seeing anything in any of the chats, so we'll go ahead and get ready to end it. Alright, I think that's gonna end it here. I don't see anything else popping up, and I will have 3 posts in announcement not too long after this. Discord is having an aneurysm. Let me see. Hopefully that fixed whatever was wrong, but we'll end it pretty quick here. So back on to this guy. Message not sending. Maybe Discord's just, I don't know. But thanks everybody for joining the Poicast. I know we talked about a lot of different stuff, whether it was, you know, Massive Loop, Unity, the wedding, differing events in Foundation, APD, personal stuff. But it's been a good Poicast. It's been quiet. I'm still kind of sad I'm not doing it in VR, but that's okay. But we'll end it here. I'll get this uploaded to the channel, and then I'll announce the 3 videos. So for anybody interested, they should be up in about an hour. All of that said, thanks everybody for joining the Poicast. I had a good time. Hopefully all of you did too. And I'll see you next week, hopefully in VR. I can only hope. But thanks again for joining, and everybody have a good rest of your day.